Hello and welcome to Car Fever. Today we'll be looking at the top 10 cheapest cars on the market right now. All the cars in this list are ranked from worst to best, so stay tuned to find out which car takes the number one spot. Let me know in the comments what you think of my ranking. Let's go. The Renault Kwid is honestly one of the worst cars out right now. Not only did it get 0 stars for NCAP crash testing, but it's also one of the worst cars to be inside of. It's just a sea of ugly, nasty plastics, and the road noise when driving is very, very loud. It's uncomfortable over bumps and can honestly make you hate your life. How did we get here where cars like this are brand new 168,500? Still, it's one of the cheapest cars right now. But how? How have things gotten this bad? The Suzuki Espresso is a really cheap small hatchback for getting around the city. Suzuki called this a micro SUV, but there's nothing really SUV about it. The styling has always puzzled me, but it's 2024 and cars are very, very expensive. Cars like this are a clear indication of how bad the economy is. But still, it's one of the cheapest cars out there, starting at 158,900. So yeah, inflation. The Toyota Vitz, aka the Suzuki Celerio, are the same small city car hatch with a 1-liter 3-cylinder, very low fuel consumption, all wrapped up in an affordable little package. This is a car that's very good at being economical and getting around the city. But be mindful, it is a small city car and it's indeed very good in the city. They're alright on the freeway and driving the speed limit, but anything more than that and you're asking a little bit too much of it. It's very fuel efficient though. The cheapest I could find was 168,000, which is very good value for money. If you wanna know more about this car, click the pop-up banner to watch my full in-depth video review of the Toyota Vitz. The Citron C3 is so much cheaper than I imagined. It is a crossover SUV, which means it appeals to a lot of people who want a car that looks like an SUV, but without any of the SUV capabilities. It is a good looking car though. The French do know how to make a good looking car. But honestly, I don't know much about this car, but I am looking forward to driving it. Still, it is one of the cheapest cars on the market, starting at 215,000. The Peugeot 208, aka the Opel Corsa. Oh boy, the rebadging never ends. When General Motors exited South Africa, we thought we'd never get a new Corsa. But it's back as a very French Peugeot 208. The Peugeot is cheaper and looks better to my eye, so we'll focus on the Peugeot. The 208 is a really attractive little hatch. It's a 3-cylinder though, so it's compromised. It's a really practical, affordable little hatch. Don't ask me about the reliability because I don't know. And these cars are rare. I wonder why people aren't buying them. It starts at 219,900. So it's one of the cheapest hatchbacks on the market. It's stylish, Really stylish. The Nissan Magnite, aka the Renault Kiger. I think you get the idea. There's a lot of cars in the market which aren't what they seem, and we live in an age of the grand rebadging, where two completely different cars from different brands are actually the same car. So the Nissan Magnite and the Renault Kiger are basically the same car. From looking at them, you wouldn't know it. That's why, before buying a car, do some research and see exactly what you're buying. French cars aren't known for their reliability and refinement, but people want cheap, fake SUVs, so here you go. The Nissan Magnite starts from 220,000 Rand, which is good value as long as it's reliable. But honestly, the build quality isn't the best, but it's a good attempt at making a cheap crossover SUV. Unsurprisingly, the VW Polo has made it onto our list because it's been with us for a really long time. The Polo Vivo is really the 6th generation VW Polo, which started production in 2009. This car is 14 years old. 14! What VW do is, when the next generation of Polo is released and discontinued in Europe, they keep making it for third world countries like South Africa, Brazil or India. Do you remember the Mark I Golf which kept coming back? The City Golf was produced since 1984 to 2009. They produced the same car for 40 years, but the original Mark I Golf was released in 1974, which made the City Golf 50 years old when they stopped producing it in 2009. 50 years old. The Polo Vivo follows the same formula, which is why it's cheaper than the current generation Polo. This is what VW in South Africa does. They recycle the same car until we get sick of it and then they change. It's not all bad though. At least it still has that VW build quality. But honestly, I do find it boring. It's predictable, safe, boring. And it's not that much fun to drive. It's just dull. The inside is dull. It's very familiar and it's very outdated now. But still, it is the cheapest way to get into a European car and it does most things correctly. But honestly, I'm falling asleep just thinking about it. The Suzuki Swift is the best value, fun, practical hatchback in the market right now. This is one of those cars that show us that simplicity and lightness are key ingredients to making a truly great car. If you're looking for a new car and you don't want a 3-cylinder, this one is for you. Go watch my full in-depth video review of the Suzuki Swift. Click the pop-up banner right now. The Suzuki Swift is so excellent, it competes with cars that are so much more expensive, and in my opinion, it beats all of them in sheer driving pleasure. The cheapest brand new one I could find is still under 200,000 Rand. It's gotten more expensive now, but still, compared to its rivals, which cost up to double the price of the Swift, then you'll see that it's an excellent value for money. And if you want more space, the Swift is available as a sort of sedan, which is called the Desire. Same car, more boot space. The Toyota Startlet, aka the Suzuki Baleno. Yes, the Toyota Startlet is really the Suzuki Baleno underneath. But when I was looking at online listings on AutoTrader, the Toyota has a lower starting price than the Suzuki. Whichever one you buy though, you're getting a fantastic car. This one is built on the new hardtech platform, which is lighter and more rigid. It's bigger on the inside than the previous model, and it feels like it has more space. The interior is more up to date, and it's really fantastic to drive. This is one of those cars which are really undervalued. So if you're looking for a hatchback which is good value for money, look no further than the Toyota Startlet or Suzuki Baleno. Coming in at number 1 is the Suzuki CS. The Suzuki CS is one of the most underrated, overlooked cars in the market. Not only is it a proper sedan with plenty of space on the inside, but the value for money this car represents is phenomenal. Starting brand new at 248,900, it's an excellent all-round package. It has the tried and tested 1.5 litre petrol engine from Suzuki and excellent comfort and handling dynamics. This is a worthy competitor to the Toyota Corolla since it has gotten so much more expensive. The CS is better to drive than the Corolla. Suzuki really know how to make cars with excellent driving feel. So, if you're looking for a new car and you want space, fuel efficiency, value for money, the Suzuki CS is the car for you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel so that you're notified when we release a new video. Let me know if I missed any in the comments below. And as always, see you later.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up.
Before I have to pull the strap out the cut.
You made a microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble, cause ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. 2 low down G, so we crazy. Death Row is the label that pays me. Unfadable, so please don't try to fake this. But back to the lecture at